For members of my generation, and also the generation below, it's easy to forget that video games have basically only existed for a few moments longer than we've been around, and were considered weird nerd shit until very recently. In the post-apocalypse of the late 90s and early 2000s, gaming was starting to get more mainstream, and big business Brian wanted to get in on that. Back in the days when television used to be called books, websites used to be called magazines, and honestly were primarily cheap advertising. But gaming was still pretty new, and no one really knew how to advertise something that, in their eyes, primarily appeals to nerds and basement dwellers. And then they realised, gamers are nerds are creeps. This led to a fairly bizarre period where a lot of advertising for video games was really horny. Arguably, it's still going. I'm going to run through a few of my favourites, let me know if there are any others you prefer. Let's start with some classic PC Master Race with this remarkable 3DFX ad. Get off your consoles, nerds, all the ladies love the Linux guys. In all honesty, that actually isn't very difficult to do with a PC, as a web browser is a pathway to many abilities that some might consider to be unnatural. This Rayman 3 ad thought it'd be best to show off how impressive Rayman's features is. Let's be perfectly honest, you'd look too. I'd look. I'd want to know if it's a similar situation to his arms and legs. Come on. Even Nintendo wasn't safe. Are Game Boys better than women, or are Game Boys a replacement for women? This one could be taken in some bizarre ways. Sega went pretty explicit, which makes sense based on the Sonic fandom. The more you play... Christ, I don't even have a joke about this one. Psst, in case you didn't notice. Look, Panzer Dragoon. Duke Nukem hasn't really changed much.
You wanna make out? Just two hardened dudes sitting in an elevator snuggling out their woes?
Hey, I stand corrected. I'm proud of him. PlayStation Vita was a little after this trend, but I have to comment on this. Front and back. Oh right, yeah, it had a little touchscreen on the back. Oh, okay. Okay, on the note of PSP, let's take a look at maybe the most tasteless thing here. Damn, look at this sexually charged encounter. White is coming. I honestly don't even know. There had to be one point during the casting, the photo shoot, the buying the billboard. Somebody should have maybe had a thought. But Susan, I have Klonoa. Hey baby, I want Klonoa. You know, I have always wondered why Klonoa didn't do very well in sales, but maybe that's something to do with the best marketing campaign we could think of was play our game. It sounds like an STD. Please play with my cat. He is very sick with the AIDS.